Life Philosophies Unleashed.
Have you ever felt like you're constantly struggling to keep up with the fast-paced world around you? Do you feel like you're always trying to control everything and everyone in your life? If so, then you might benefit from the teachings of Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism. In this video, we'll explore 5 ways to be in flow with your life, based on the wisdom of Lao Tzu. 1. Let go of your ego. Letting go of our ego is one of the most important steps we can take towards living a more harmonious and fulfilling life. It may sound difficult, but it is achievable with practice and perseverance. Lao Tzu believed that the ego is the root of all suffering, and it's easy to see why. When we're too attached to our own self-image, we become defensive and reactive, which can lead to conflict and stress. But what does it mean to let go of our ego? It means recognizing that we are not our thoughts, our feelings, or our actions. It means understanding that our true nature is something deeper and more profound than our limited self-concept. When we can let go of our ego, we can cultivate a sense of humility and openness, which allows us to connect more deeply with others and with the world around us. One way to let go of our ego is to practice mindfulness and meditation. By observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can begin to see that they are not who we are. We can learn to detach from our ego-driven patterns of behavior and cultivate a more compassionate and accepting attitude towards ourselves and others. When we focus on the present moment, we can let go of the past and future that are driven by our ego and its desires. Another way to let go of our ego is to focus on service to others. When we're too focused on our own needs and desires, we can become self-absorbed and disconnected from the people around us. But when we shift our attention to helping others and making a positive difference in the world, we can transcend our ego and connect with something greater than ourselves. Service to others is a powerful way to let go of our ego and connect with the world around us. Letting go of our ego requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to confront our own limitations and insecurities, but the rewards are immeasurable. When we let go of our ego, we can experience a deep sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment. We can connect more deeply with the people and the world around us, and we can live a life that is truly meaningful and purposeful. To let go of our ego, we need to be patient with ourselves. It's not something that happens overnight, but with consistent practice and a commitment to growth, we can cultivate this sense of humility and openness. We can practice mindfulness and meditation daily, and we can look for opportunities to serve others in our daily lives. By doing so, we can let go of our ego and connect with the world around us in a more meaningful way. Letting go of our ego is a powerful practice that can help us live a more harmonious and fulfilling life. By cultivating humility and openness, we can connect more deeply with others and with the world around us. We can let go of our past and future and focus on the present moment. So, let go of your ego, embrace your true nature, and discover the joy and wonder of being in flow with your life. 2. Dare not to be first. In today's fast-paced society, it's easy to get caught up in the rat race of life. We're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us we need to be the best, to win at all costs, and to put ourselves first. We're taught that success is measured by our achievements, our wealth, and our status. But what if true wisdom lies in being humble and unassuming? What if the key to being in flow with our lives is to dare not to be first? Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, believed that true wisdom comes from recognizing that we are all interconnected and that our actions have an impact on others. When we put others first and let go of our need to be the best, we create a more harmonious and peaceful world. But how do we dare not to be first? How do we let go of our competitive mindset and embrace humility and compassion? One way to dare not to be first is to focus on service to others. When we shift our attention away from our own needs and desires and towards helping others, we can cultivate a sense of empathy and connection that goes beyond our ego-driven concerns. By serving others, we can create a more meaningful and purposeful life. We can connect with something greater than ourselves and find a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond our personal achievements. Another way to dare not to be first is to practice mindfulness and self-reflection. By observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can begin to see the ways in which our ego drives our behavior. We can learn to detach from our need to be the best and cultivate a more accepting and compassionate attitude towards ourselves and others. When we let go of our competitive mindset, we create space for collaboration, growth, and connection. Daring not to be first doesn't mean that we should stop striving for excellence or pursuing our goals. It simply means that we should shift our focus away from ourselves and towards the greater good. When we let go of our need to be the best, we create space for collaboration, connection, and growth. We can work together to achieve our goals and create a more harmonious world. So, the next time you find yourself caught up in the rat race of life, remember the wisdom of Lao Tzu. Dare not to be first. Put others first. Cultivate humility and compassion. By doing so, you'll find that you're able to be in flow with your life in a way that is both fulfilling and meaningful. You'll discover a sense of purpose and fulfillment that goes beyond personal achievement and connects you with something greater than yourself. When we dare not to be first, we create space for collaboration, growth, and connection. We can work together to achieve our goals and create a more harmonious world. By putting others first, we can cultivate a sense of empathy and connection that goes beyond our ego-driven concerns. And by practicing mindfulness and self-reflection, we can let go of our competitive mindset and embrace humility and compassion. Together, these practices can help us be in flow with our lives and create a more meaningful and fulfilling existence. So, the next time you feel like you're constantly struggling to keep up with the fast-paced world around you, remember the teachings of Lao Tzu. Dare not to be first. Put others first. Cultivate humility and compassion. By doing so, you'll find that you're able to be in flow with your life in a way that is both fulfilling and meaningful. 3. Let go of your desire to rush things. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. We're bombarded with messages that tell us to work harder, be more productive, and achieve our goals at lightning speed. But what if we took a step back and slowed down? What if we let go of our desire to rush things and focused on savoring each moment instead? According to Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, this is the key to being in flow with our lives. When we rush through life, we miss out on so much. We miss the beauty of a sunset, the sound of a bird singing, the feel of the wind on our face. We're so focused on getting to our destination that we forget to enjoy the journey. But when we slow down and savor each moment, we can appreciate the richness and depth of life. Slowing down doesn't mean that we should stop pursuing our goals or working towards our dreams. It simply means that we should be more mindful and intentional about how we spend our time. Instead of rushing from one task to the next, we can take a few deep breaths, ground ourselves in the present moment, and approach each task with a sense of calm and focus. One way to let go of our desire to rush things is to practice mindfulness meditation. By focusing on our breath and observing our thoughts without judgment, we can learn to slow down our racing minds and connect more deeply with the present moment. We can appreciate the beauty around us and find joy in the simple things. Another way to slow down is to take breaks throughout the day. Instead of working non-stop for hours on end, we can take a few minutes to stretch, take a walk, or simply sit and be still. By giving ourselves permission to rest and recharge, we can approach our work with renewed energy and focus. Letting go of our desire to rush things is not always easy. It requires us to confront our own fears and insecurities and to trust that everything will unfold in its own time. but the rewards are immeasurable. When we slow down and savor each moment, we can connect more deeply with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. We can find joy in the present moment and live a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. So, the next time you find yourself rushing through life, take a deep breath and remind yourself that life is not a race. Slow down, savor each moment, and discover the beauty and richness of being in flow with your life. We can also slow down by making space in our lives for self-reflection and introspection. By taking the time to reflect on our thoughts and emotions, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. We can identify patterns of behavior that no longer serve us and make changes that align with our values and goals. Another way to slow down is to cultivate a daily gratitude practice. By focusing on the things that we are grateful for, we can shift our focus away from what we lack and towards abundance and joy. We can find appreciation in the present moment and develop a more positive and optimistic outlook on life. Slowing down also means being present and fully engaged in the moment. When we're rushing through life, we're often distracted and disconnected from the world around us. But when we slow down, we can be more present and engaged in our interactions with others. We can listen more deeply, connect more authentically, and find joy in the small moments of life. Finally, slowing down means being kind and compassionate towards ourselves. We often put a lot of pressure on ourselves to achieve our goals and be successful. But when we slow down, we can be more forgiving of ourselves and our limitations. We can accept ourselves for who we are and find joy in the journey rather than just the destination. Slowing down is a powerful practice that can help us find joy and fulfillment in our lives. By letting go of our desire to rush things, we can connect more deeply with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. We can find appreciation in the present moment and develop a more positive and optimistic outlook on life. So, the next time you find yourself rushing through life, take a deep breath and slow down. Embrace the beauty and richness of being in flow with your life and discover the joy and wonder of each moment. 4. Embrace change. Change is an inevitable part of life. It can come in many forms, such as a new job, a move to a new city, or a change in relationships. But as Lao Tzu reminds us, change is also an opportunity for growth and transformation. It can be scary and uncomfortable at times, but it can also be incredibly empowering. When we embrace change, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. We allow ourselves to step outside of our comfort zones and explore the unknown. We embrace the uncertainty and the challenges that come with change. We learn to trust ourselves and our ability to adapt to new situations. One of the most important steps in embracing change is to let go of our attachment to the past. We often cling to our old identities and patterns of behavior, even when they no longer serve us. But when we can let go of the past, we create space for new growth and transformation. We can break free from old patterns and create new, more fulfilling ones. Another key to embracing change is to focus on the positive aspects of the situation. Instead of dwelling on the challenges and difficulties, we can look for the opportunities and advantages. We can focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. By shifting our focus towards the positive, we can create a more empowering and optimistic mindset. Embracing change can be a difficult and challenging process. It requires us to confront our fears and uncertainties, and to trust in our own resilience and adaptability. But the rewards are immeasurable. When we embrace change, we can create a more meaningful and fulfilling life. We can connect more deeply with ourselves and with others, and we can contribute to the world in a more positive and impactful way. So, the next time you're faced with a change in your life, remember the wisdom of Lao Tzu. Embrace the unknown. Let go of your attachment to the past. Focus on the positive aspects of the situation. Embrace the uncertainty and the challenges that come with change. By doing so, you'll discover the joy and wonder of being in flow with your life. Remember that change is not something to be feared, but rather something to be embraced. It's an opportunity for growth and transformation. It's a chance to break free from old patterns and create new, more fulfilling ones. When we embrace change, we can create a life that is more meaningful, more purposeful, and more fulfilling. So, the next time you're faced with a change in your life, take a deep breath and embrace it. Trust yourself and your ability to adapt to new situations. Focus on the positive aspects of the situation and let go of the past. By doing so, you'll be able to create a better future for yourself and for the world. 5. Be content with little. In our consumer-driven society, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of material possessions and wealth. We're often led to believe that happiness can be bought, and that success is measured by what we own or achieve. However, according to Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, true happiness comes from within, and it can be found by being content with little. Being content with little doesn't mean that we should stop pursuing our goals or working towards our dreams. It means that we should shift our focus away from material possessions and towards the things that truly matter in life. When we simplify our lives and find joy in the small things, we can create a more meaningful and fulfilling existence. One way to be content with little is to practice gratitude. By focusing on what we do have, instead of what we lack, we can cultivate a sense of appreciation and abundance. We can learn to see the beauty and richness in the present moment, instead of constantly striving for more. It's important to remember that true abundance doesn't come from what we own, but rather from what we experience and feel. Another way to be content with little is to focus on experiences instead of possessions. Instead of buying things, we can invest in experiences that bring us joy and fulfillment. We can spend time with loved ones, explore nature, and engage in activities that nourish our soul. Experiences are more meaningful than material possessions because they create memories, strengthen relationships, and provide personal growth. Being content with little also means living in a way that is sustainable and mindful. It means being aware of our impact on the environment and on others, and making choices that are in alignment with our values. It means living simply and finding joy in the small things. When we live in a way that is sustainable, we not only benefit ourselves, but also the world around us. When we're content with little, we create space for the things that truly matter in life. We can connect more deeply with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. We can live in a way that is both fulfilling and sustainable, and we can contribute to the world in a positive and meaningful way. By focusing on contentment and simplicity, we can find true joy and wonder in our lives. We can discover that happiness comes from within, and that it's not something that can be bought or achieved through material goods. When we're content with little, we can live a life that is more meaningful and fulfilling, and we can create a positive impact on the world around us. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed by the constant pursuit of material possessions and wealth, remember the wisdom of Lao Tzu. Be content with little. Focus on experiences instead of possessions. Practice gratitude. Live sustainably and mindfully. By doing so, you'll discover the true joy and wonder of being in flow with your life, and you'll create a more meaningful and fulfilling existence for yourself and for the world. In conclusion, the teachings of Lao Tzu offer a powerful and timeless wisdom for living a more harmonious and fulfilling life. By letting go of our ego, daring not to be first, letting go of our desire to rush things, embracing change, and being content with little, we can create a life that is joyful, peaceful. Thank you for watching.